abusuafo ene ya ji edwe na yatena si relationship and purpose. Kameho na yema counselor akwa basronko kra.
We are talking about relationship and purpose. Now, obi ani wiasia oya ade without purpose. Yabeka dey say obi ani wa wutu anamon e wa mara oni botaye anase wonim ni enti a opeso ye ne oye. And so one of the things people should understand is that nobody says I love you without having a purpose, whether good or bad. Now, people enter into relationships or people enter into marriage with different purposes. Some enter into it just to have fun. Number one, there are people who can enter into a relationship with the purpose and the idea that they just want to have fun. I know your friend, mutual understanding. If you need me, I'll be there for you. If you need me, I'll be there for you for. And then there are also people who want to enter into a relationship, not just for fun, but some also want to avoid their parents. Almost on Bota, no, so many me papa neti, almost shabby so, me name home, be pese me nyam be far with you, and because of that, somebody can move out of the house or run away from the house and decide to enter into a relationship. Some also can enter into relationships just because of the purpose of somebody supporting them financially. Or bow, bemo, baby, or sheda anya jumasa, or baby na washeno, and or poor baby in Chenya Kotra, and or poor baby are checking how far for now. Now, at the right time, we is it a good purpose? No, but nobody goes into a relationship without a purpose. And so, Obisukuma, they go in with genuine love, with the right mind to enter into a relationship in the positive manner. We munyina ye obiane de botaye, obi kwani or the agrimpa, obi so kwa the botaya or de kwanye. So every relationship is driven by purpose. And so everybody entering into a relationship or into marriage runs or go there with the purpose. Now, before the relationship will succeed, relationship with the purpose demand that number one, you need to be honest with yourself. Why? Because honesty creates trust. Now, when it comes to relationship with purpose, it demands that the person who is going to propose to whoever, say Obani ne ekoka, say Bemani ne ekoka, yesi kuruma die Africa die, Obasi Bema penye, no problem. But so Obani ne ekoka, Bema ne ekoka, are you very honest to yourself that when I say I love you, you mean it? A lot of people are disappointed in the course of the journey in relationship and marriage because most of them said, I love you. But along the line, I love you changed to become hatred or it started creating bitterness. Now, if you're not honest to yourself, how can you be honest to somebody? Why? Because honesty leads to trust. Now, when trust is broken, the foundation of love is broken. So you need to understand that now when there is no trust, then it means that the relationship cannot survive. Because the foundation of love, to be able to build a family, is surviving based on the trust we have for each other. So number one, relationship with purpose demands that, are you trustworthy? Do you even trust yourself that your yes is your yes and your no is your no? Do you even believe in yourself? Do you even have that discipline to yourself? Say, make us send the pen. Me ready to be better. I am not talking about Bema Wakasi or Bapa. Maybe our band is super being at the point you think that the super intimate to me. I'm not talking about that. But even with that, there may be what you're very understand, regardless of the challenges the woman is facing, including her weakness, the man can still decide that because I want to be honest, I can keep her and help her change to become a better person. Some men can do that. Other people think it's too stressful that they will not waste their time to do that. So relationship with purpose demand that you need to be honest to yourself. Number two, you need to be honest to the relationship. Some may catch less and be penny me what na no. Now, how far am I going to take her to? How far am I going to go with her? Because our baby cross over to me just so pain, or to me just so I knowing so well that she's not honest to herself or you're double dating. It was best saying the pen you have been honest too. But I was saying the power just so no or no sakura apart from Obi or Hodida. Or any said the enjoy, but on your sure of him. And those who are just so yes to keep the two of you to balance yourself to see what about your papa, what about your own no. So sometimes after a month or 2 or 3, along the line, she makes a decision and say, Maminja we na mi fawi. It's in here, said, the all are you honest? And the all just so I'm at so are you so honest? And are you going to be honest? Why? Because once you are not honest, you are breaking trust. And when trust is broken, you are causing a lot of havoc. Yeah, to us one year, say, honesty demands trust. So therefore, be ready to be faithful in your relationship. Be ready to be faithful. See, a lot of people are not ready to be in a relationship, but they want to go into a relationship because they want to satisfy their passion. A lot of people, and I repeat, are not ready for relationship, and that is why they are not honest. Some want to enter simply because some of the men want to have sex. They want to have their way in the life of that particular woman. Some also enter into a relationship because some of them are opportunists. They want to eat from the woman or they want to eat from the man. But genuinely in their heart, they are not honest. But because they are not ready to be in a relationship. It also be a relationship can be good, can be working, but because they are not prepared mentally, challenges kakraba, they quit. So if you want to talk about relationship with a purpose, it demands that, are you ready for a relationship? If you are not ready for a relationship, please, there is no purpose to it. Now, what's your BP? Why do you like a thick, tall woman, or a short man, or a long man, or a tall man? Why? Why? Because you have a purpose. So the question is, if you really want to have a relationship with a purpose, it demands that you must be ready to be in a relationship. I'm talking about both parties. If you are not ready, don't even go and propose, because relationship to work, it takes work. So for example, you are dating somebody and you think that it's not working, go out, break up, walk away. Then you decide to work on yourself, bounce back by accepting someone else's proposal. There is no need for backup plan if you are willing to be in a good relationship that leads to marriage, because marriage is the purpose of a relationship. If you want to marry somebody, they don't need to become your friend. Somebody you want to marry must become your partner, not your friend. If somebody has to become your friend before you marry them, because we believe that when you build friendship, you can get to them, then all your friends, you should have dated them. There are people you are even closer to than whoever you are dating or courting. Sometimes you can be very open to them than the person you claim to love. It also don't know. Why don't you open up to that person? I don't know. But in same way, to meaning in can, to meaning in share. But adophobia or one chain, or a bam or bow, to meaning they come with him, tasem, friend, my paddy, my body, my whoever. You trusted them and a quarrel. So relationship to graduate to marriage has to do with partnership. When we are partnership or when we are parting, we cannot lie to each other. And so when it comes to many way you say as yes so the failure and media failure and you failure near back. That is low class maturity. You don't do that. And there are people who are already married. So whilst they are in the marriage, they are looking at their exes. That a kobonipe, I'll go back. Because it looks as if say, and I mean who say I've made a silly mistake. I should have taken my time. There are a lot of exes still waiting for their exes that they will bounce back from their marriages and relationships. In the name of I don't know any kaleke, I don't know any flu, but being the scene more quarry will be. I've seen men who are married that can walk to their exes and even say that when we be when I was somebody worry about me name their buyer, me worry when I'm saying no, my mistake I one or someone because me no me no. The way you flow near collect, it's like we are meant to be. Why? No. So relationship, to build it to marriage, that is the purpose. It's more than just building friendship.
Okay.
And so if you are not ready, do you know that people enter into a relationship and they think that they are being stressed, they are being frustrated, they are being depressed because they are more. It's because you are not ready for a relationship. Because every relationship takes work for it to work. And so, to me, my relationship so obi die enya mpaye keke ne man ye fe enya akomchi keke ne man ye fe. It is not because you go to church or to the mosque that will make your marriage or relationship better. You need to work it, make it, cultivate it, add up. There juma ye the branch sali ebeka no sabe shisha awade. It's a whole work. You need to have something I call dedication and commitment to it. And yes, I don't work. It will show be no about relationship. I so blossom. I am beautiful. I am nice. When you appoint your hands to say, I wish it is like them. They've worked it.
Okay.
They didn't just arrived there. They are not make. They didn't just one day got up and that is so blossom, so beautiful, so rosy. They worked it. Okay. So maybe to be 50 years, so I claim it. You can't claim it. You need to work it. So the question is, relationship with the purpose. Are you ready to be committed? If you are ready, there is a price to pay to help each other to change. Anyway, to help each other to change is a willing heart you must have towards the person, not forcing them to change. In other words, you live by example for your partner to change. You don't force them to change. I'll come there.
Okay.
Another thing I want to talk about with relationship with the purpose has to do with communication skill. Now, number one, with communication skill, you need to flow out, speak your mind. But whenever you need to flow out to speak your mind, please ask yourself, do I respect enough? A lot of people enter into a relationship because we need something I call the communication skill. Everybody can communicate, but few people can add a skill to it. In other words, they know when and how to communicate. The fact that you talked, you said something, doesn't mean you are communicating. You can talk and say something to trigger somebody's anger. So the fact that you are talking doesn't mean I'm communicating. And that's something I can. What's that, Papa? No. Communicate, but when you are going to communicate, ask yourself, the way I'm going to communicate, am I going to make sense? Am I going to make the person understand me better? Am I going to say something that can make the person talk back to me or trigger issues or trigger, tempers? No. So with communication skill, you don't talk your mind and say, because come margin. So there are people like that who can go like, because bomb margin, because come margin. And they go with anger because they cannot fix and control them. We are not sorry no. And then Bema the boy for background the boy, and they think they've communicated. Then the next one they go like, I'm sorry, Samekasa, man can say you're sorry, why? But this is the only way I can say it. No, you are a fool. That is not the best way you can say it. With communication skill, when it comes to relationship with the purpose, you must learn how to talk. So people who look at us to see that we need send ya kasa, sana me kasa. Me obo okro be kasa ansa do be kasa so ni bibi asema me no be kasa no be cancel so me fuma fache me because me nipa because person me pour me heart and already they know they are about to offend you and then they start talking and then when you keep quiet to listen and sometimes when your emotions rises more than your speech, you don't make sense, you make noise. If you want to make sense, kill your emotions, kill your ego, calm down, sit, relax. Sometimes you can decide a day or 2 or 3 before you talk. Because at that particular time, the way tempers are high, if you want to talk, you will surely not make sense. You make noise. That is why a lot of husbands and wives, and even fiancés and fiancées, will not want to listen to their partners because they make noise. They don't make sense. So communication with skill helps you to maintain your partner. So if you want to have a relationship with the purpose, you need baby isua kasa isua. Isua bi wo fia ye team. Isua bi wo otete ye o. Isua bi wo de nani abie, do ye mentor, de ye tasha de ye isua kasa isua. Don't if somebody keeps growing and go like me, I don't know how to talk. This is how I talk. For me, I think that the person has a problem. So communication skill, you need to have it. The next thing you need to do is that whenever there is a problem and you want to fight it out, please fight fair. Now, when I use the word fight, I'm not talking about abuse, but I'm trying to say that don't think of winning battles. Relationship with purpose, we don't win battles, we settle issues. If you want to keep a communication or you want to keep marriage, you want to keep a relationship with a purpose, have what I call communication skill. And whenever you are hurt, describe your feeling. In communication skill, to my head, it's a value. It's a bon conversation. last 3 days, Uchami Trobi. And I was so wet. I say, your person with ego. Please relax. So I'm describing my feeling, but I'm doing it because I respect you, so I cannot scream and shout on you. They see any pop. Sometimes you to me because I'll be in any crew. Or told you, I say, it is sorry. Yeah, but. Or ya Obama or ya egoistic. The book read to me. On best obeti correction at the man. Obey to me akoda. When you know how much anopa and obey send message. Say, I'm very sorry, man. You crew. Why? Because if you want to describe your feeling, you don't subscribe, you describe. You don't scratch, you describe. You don't make noise. You take your time to talk. A lot of marriages and relationships are collapsing because people don't know how to talk. Kasa, they don't kasa. Come on, kasa, they don't know it. Communication skill will help you have a successful relationship and marriage. Another thing we can do that is going to help us has to do with patience. Please, if you want to have a relationship with a purpose, please exercise what I call patience until when you think you cannot endure it again. A lot of wives, they are changed and they've changed to only suit their husband's standard in bitterness, in pain, but not with happiness. The reason is that once a son, the ninja awadi, once a son, the one to the bono, once a son, you begin attempt to son, was a son. Oh, she's only changing to please her husband, but that is not a good change for her. I say, yes, I will say. So, person you be fewer, may I dear man kasa. So, on kasa, Naninje, but on kasa, ni abonasutro. Anybody wants to have a relationship with a purpose, you must have the willingness to influence. You don't force change. If you change and you do well, people can change and follow you. That is why leadership is not just by commanding, it's about how you lead. Because people are watching you. They are looking at your temper. They are looking at how you control things. They are looking at how you talk. They are looking at how you dress. They are looking at many things. It's not just about how you say, like you started. It's not about how you preach. It's not about what. They are watching you. They are just watching how you relate with people to learn from you. Even the disciples of Jesus said, we don't only preach what we heard. We also preach what we saw him do. So leadership is also by example. So if you want to influence your home, your fiancé, your wife, husband, have the willingness to influence them. Don't force them to change. And the last thing I want to talk about has to do with personal boundaries. Is it not wonderful that people can propose and still be chasing other women? There is no personal boundaries. Is it not wonderful that husbands and wives are still chasing people outside marriages? No personal boundaries. Before you enter into a relationship that will go with purpose, marriage, please, you need to have something I call discipline. Every great successful man is a person who is very disciplined. If you cannot discipline yourself, forget about life. Now, Bema, young man, but you don't have personal boundaries. You don't know what you say yes to and what you don't say yes to. Every single skirt, trouser, you want to open, penetrate and see. I don't know whether that one too is an achievement, but it shouldn't be. And so, if you want to have a relationship with a purpose, for example, I'm single, you are single, now I propose to you, and I know where we are driving to, where we are getting to. I need to have what I call personal boundaries to myself, for myself, and with myself. So no, Masi will be pedida. To me, sound from my non to be so. Masi will be pedida. It means sounding for non. That is personal boundaries. It comes with discipline. Once you have that attitude, it means that the old woman, it has a purpose. Because once you entangle yourself with the affairs of other people, you cannot be solely committed to one relationship. You start looking at other places because you're already confused. Your mind is double, and a double-minded person cannot receive anything good from the Lord. And so if you want to have a relationship with a purpose, these are some of the few things. Personal boundaries. Thank you.